Hey friends, it is Wednesday, February 16th, and I am quickly trying to get a salad put together for dinner. We are just using some things that we have in the refrigerator. I had 2 heads of romaine hearts left, so I've got those chopped up. I've got these tomatoes, I've got some hard-boiled eggs, fermented carrots, leftover chicken from last night, sauerkraut, cheese, and we are going to have a delicious salad for dinner. So I mentioned in the last video, which was for me yesterday, that we were trying to go down a little bit lighter path with our food and our meals these next few weeks. And so tonight is a result of that, besides the fact that we have a busy evening tonight, so we have to have a quick dinner. So I'm just going to put these salads together. Nothing fancy, but it will fill our bellies and it will nourish our bodies.
To death.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
That's yours.
Oh, thank you.
Hey friends, it is Friday, February 17th, and there is a lot going on in the kitchen today. I took out 4 gallons of frozen tomatoes from the freezer last night, and I've run them through my food mill, and the stove is on the counter now, but I'm cooking them down to make a sauce. I took out, I think, 3 bags, at least 1.5 to 2 pound bags each of beef bones, and I made a stock. So I have 7 quarts of beef stock in my canner now, just about up to pressure. You can hear that. So 7 quarts in there. I have another maybe half a gallon of beef stock left. And so after the bones were simmering and everything was done, I took the bones out, put them on a plate, and just finished kind of parsing through and piecing through the bones and the meat and the tendons and what was left. And here's all the meat, like the actual real meat. So I'm gonna use that stock, that meat. I'm gonna throw some carrot, celery, onion in, and we're gonna have beef stew for dinner tonight, and potatoes. So today was really just about getting some tasks done that needed to be done. So I've got my carrot, onion, potato. Oh, I've also been rendering lard today. We had about 5 packages of leaf lard from the pig that we purchased last year. Wanted to get those out of the freezer, so I'm currently rendering lard. I've got 3 pints done. I hope to get another 2 to 3, and then that's done for the year. So really just cleaning out the freezer with the tomatoes, some of the beef bones, the lard, using what we have to make dinner tonight, and I still have, I think, 4 bags of beef bones left in the freezer. So this is a task I'll have to repeat at least probably 2 more times. Inevitably, my celery starts to go bad before I'm able to use it. So I'll do two things with it depending on how much I have. I will dice it and then put it in this freezer bag and keep it in the freezer so that I always have diced celery for soups and stews just like this. And I will also freeze it whole. And so I've got a bag of whole celery so that when I'm making my stocks, like whether it be chicken stock or beef stock, I can just throw in some whole celery. I'll usually break it because it's frozen, it's easily breakable. Break it in half, 2 or 3 pieces, and throw that in as well. And it's such a great way to not let any of your celery go to waste and still be useful for your cooking. So got home with my kids and they're like, in the car, they're like, what's for dinner? And I was like, beef stew. Literally, this is what my 8-year-old son did. I know other parents can relate to when you go to some level of effort, whether it's little or more, and this is what you get. There's a couple of different routes I could have taken in my response. But what I did was redirect my attention to my daughter and ask her how her day was. So, needless to say, I don't know if they're going to eat any beef stew. They asked for some yogurt, granola, and honey. That might be what they get in an effort to enjoy my Friday night. Hey friends, it is Saturday, February 18th, and it is almost 4:30 in the afternoon. So update, dinner last night was kind of a flop, so there was nothing to film. Nobody ate the beef stew, which is right here. So we put that in some containers. I just had it in the fridge. Yeah, literally nobody. I think I had a little bit, but the kids for dinner, I think I put this in the video, they had yogurt, granola, and honey because they couldn't be bothered by beef stew. Whatever. I wasn't going to argue. They still had a good dinner. So beef stew is what's going to be used for lunch, probably for me and my husband this week. I'm just going to take this out of the Instant Pot and get it into some smaller containers to put in the fridge. Also, I just went to the grocery store because we ran out of eggs, celery, carrots, potatoes, oranges, almost out of apples, and lettuce. We ran out of like all of the major staples for our fruit and vegetables. So I did go to the store. I'll show you what I got in just a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and get the beef stew portioned out, and then we'll talk about dinner. By the way, look at that gelatousness. The gelatousness. It is beautiful. That is how you know you got a good stock, good beef stock. Lots of collagen in there. Pretty stoked about that. Here is my grocery haul. Okay, let's go from your left, my right. I got 6 avocados. Yeah, we ran out of avocados. Got 6 avocados, 5 organic Pink Lady apples, a clamshell of organic spinach spring mix. This was a ripoff. This was 9 pounds of organic potatoes. These 9 pounds cost $15. Guys, this is why I buy from Azure, and my Azure order comes, I think, in 2 weeks, and it can't come soon enough. This is exactly why I buy organic groceries in bulk at Azure, because I just can't even remotely get the same pricing locally for most items. I'm gonna have a disclaimer there. So 9 pounds of organic potatoes. Hopefully that lasts us for the next 2 weeks. Organic celery, some organic carrots, a little container of organic mini sweet peppers. I was thinking this would be a good snack for my kids at school. An organic cauliflower. I got 2 boxes of these, and these are the Sumo Citrus Decoupon, or Decoupon, I think is the official term. These are our favorite oranges. I talked about those in a couple of videos ago. A bag of organic romaine hearts for some more salads, and 4 dozen eggs. You want to take a guess on what I paid for 4 dozen eggs? Now, these are organic, cage-free, large brown eggs. And I know that a lot of that is marketing. I'm very aware of that. Again, it can't come soon enough where we can have our own chickens, but yeah, 4 dozen eggs, $18. It was 2 for $9. That was the deal. And I have reached out to local farmers, and they are all sold out of eggs. They have repetitive weekly customers, and they have no spots open. So I have looked, y'all. I have. I'm hoping as chicken production and egg production does amp up with the sunlight hours, that I'll have more opportunity to do that. All right, these next 4 items were a little bit of a splurge. A huge bottle of GT's kombucha. This is the Watermelon Wonder. This is mine and my family's favorite flavor. For Valentine's Day, my husband got us each a bottle, not the big one, but like the normal size. My kids drank theirs each within 2 hours that entire evening at dinner and so forth. My husband drank mine, so I haven't even had any yet, but I got a big one for our family because this is our favorite. Even though we make our own kombucha, there's something about this flavor that just can't be beat. I did get some pepperoni for the kids for their pizzas on Fridays. I got myself some olives. I love olives. These are kind of the giant pitted olives. They've got some red pepper flakes all around them, and I usually take some of my homemade blue cheese and stuff them. And that is a good snack for me in the middle of the day. It's like something I look forward to, along with some 18-month prosciutto di Parma. This is also one of my favorite guilty pleasures. This and this with the blue cheese, little midday pick-me-up. All right, you want to know the total for what I've bought here? Now, obviously, like I said, a couple of splurges, but for the most part, whole foods, right? Nothing really processed. That's the thing that is crazy when you hear the price. $147. Insane. So, yeah, looking forward to being able to supplement some of this with what we can grow this summer, and obviously from Azure and local farms. I need to get all of that put away, but before I do, let me tell you about dinner. We are going to have chicken. So I pulled out 2 packages of chicken breasts, organic chicken breasts from Azure. I'm going to probably pan sear them, like pan cook them with some onion, sliced onion, red onion, and garlic. And then I pulled out a jar of pesto from the freezer. I made a lot of pesto last summer and just put it in the freezer. And so I've got a nice jar here we're gonna use. And I also pulled out another pint of our home canned, homegrown sun-dried tomatoes in oil. So we're gonna use some of this and this for our chicken. Probably another can of artichoke hearts. I did this meal similarly a couple of weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago maybe, and it was so delicious. So I'm kind of doing that again with one exception. Because my husband and I are going down the Whole30 route, and today's officially our first day, no dairy. And so that recipe had cream in it the other night, not tonight. So tonight it's just gonna be the chicken breasts with the sun-dried tomatoes, pesto, onion, artichoke, garlic. We're gonna have mashed potatoes, just no butter in the mashed potatoes, but we can have ghee. If we choose to have ghee, we can put ghee in our potatoes. And I might throw some broccoli in there somewhere as well. So that's gonna be dinner tonight. So again, I think I mentioned in last video, we're going down the Whole30 road for the next 30 days, which is no dairy, no grains, no legumes, no sugar, no alcohol, no fun. None. No, it's not that bad, I promise you. This will be my second time doing it. I felt really good the first time. And so I'm just gonna kind of take you along and show you some of the dinners we make on this program. Now, tomorrow begins the 8th week of the 3 Rivers Challenge, the Pantry Challenge. Usually the 8th week is where I stop, and I probably will do that. Now, I still hope to kind of just use what we have as we go through and only buy the necessary produce as time goes on. So I'll just kind of wing it this next week and see how we go. All right, time to get this put away and get dinner started. This is basil salt. I've used this before in a couple other recipes. It's just fresh basil and salt put in a food processor together. And then in the winter, you have this beautiful fresh basil flavor without actually having the fresh basil. Put it on medium heat. Smells so good. I'm just gonna put a little more pesto in. So the potatoes are in the Instant Pot. They are done. I just need to mash them, add salt, pepper, and because we're doing the Whole30, I'm gonna add ghee instead of butter. Ghee is just clarified butter. Milk solids are removed, so it makes it Whole30 usable. I couldn't think of a better word. Oh, I gotta add my can of artichoke hearts, the pesto. When I make my pesto and freeze it, I actually don't add too much Parmesan, if any. I don't know if there's any in here because I made it last August. I can't remember. But normally I don't put Parmesan in. I just wait until I'm ready to use it and then add the Parmesan. And that way, it's really nice knowing what's in it, and if I'm trying to go dairy-free for a period of time like Whole30, I don't have to worry about it. Bon appetit.